Your doctor told you that you had a concussion. So now, how long should you wait to return to physical activity? Is it safe to play competitive sports? Is there any gradual approach to return to exercises? Let's talk about exercises after a concussion today. This is the second video in a 4-part series that I'm making on the topic of concussions. In the previous video, I explained how doctors make the diagnosis of concussion. So, once the doctor made this diagnosis, they will make recommendations for you to stay away from physical activity for a few days, maybe a few weeks. But then, how do you know when is it safe to return and how should you return to exercise? After decades of research, there are well-established protocols about how to return to exercise after a concussion. Depending where you live, you may need to become familiar with the protocols in your area. I made this video in collaboration with Concussion Legacy Foundation, a charity organization based in the US with chapters in Australia, Canada, and the UK. If you want to check their resources, visit the website concussionfoundation.org. Right after a concussion, the person needs to remove themselves from activities that could cause additional head trauma, or stress their heart, or strain their brain. Resting is recommended because it means the person will give time for their brain and body to return to baseline function. But most importantly, having a second concussion when the brain is still recovering from the first one can have very serious permanent effects, and it delays the recovery process even further. If the person is involved in competitive sports or professional athletes, the concussion will affect their reaction time, concentration, and ultimately their performance will not be ideal. So they should take their time to recover from the concussion. This means taking a few days off work or school, and it depends how their symptoms progress. Remember that the symptoms and signs of concussions may appear minutes, hours, or even days after the head impact. So rest your brain and your body until the signs and symptoms are gone. It is important to avoid any strenuous exercises. Do not force your vision either. Limit the amount of screen time like television, computer, or phone. It is important to get enough sleep and avoid situations of loud noise, bright lights, or crowds. The person doesn't need to isolate themselves in a dark room. Too much isolation causes boredom, and it can contribute to anxiety, stress, and depression, which will not help them to recover either. Spending time with their family and friends is an excellent idea. During this period, the person or their caregiver can monitor their symptoms, and they should talk to a doctor if the symptoms get worse or if there are new symptoms. Most people recover within a few weeks. Concussion is a temporary condition for the majority of people. If the symptoms persist for more than 6 weeks, then it can be that the person is developing post-concussion syndrome or PCS. Well, a gradual return to activity is better than resting for a long time. The person may start a slow return to exercise, like start walking, then biking, then progress to running, and then transition to practice and to team play. It is ideal to talk to a healthcare professional who is knowledgeable about concussion and has been trained in concussion diagnosis and therapy. In the case of return to sport, there are some recommendations from organizations like Parachute Canada, the leading national charity dedicated to injury prevention in Canada. They recommend a 6-step strategy. Each step is at least 24 hours. The first step is to return to activities of daily living and relative rest for the first 24 to 48 hours. Step 2 is to do light or moderate effort aerobic exercise. Step 3 includes individual sport-specific activities without risk of inadvertent head impact. Medical clearance is required before step 4, which includes training drills and activities with no contact. Step 5 includes return to non-competitive activities, full contact practices, and physical education activities. Step 6 is return to sport and physical activity without restriction. Because each person is unique, this process may take longer for different people. Usually symptoms improve within 4 weeks, but if the person had a concussion before, they may take longer to heal the next time. There are tests that can be done to determine if the person has returned to their baseline. This can be based on symptoms, assuming the person is truthful about how they are feeling, and other tests that test their brain's activity, like a neurological exam, a balance, reaction time, and other cognitive tests. And remember, this video is not medical advice. If you think you have a concussion, please talk to a healthcare professional. And if there is an emergency, please go to the nearest emergency department or call an ambulance. This video is for educational purposes only. And share this video with anyone that might need this information. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.